When you get a job working on a Mariah Carey video or others, how do you address that? Is it, I mean, you can tell a story, you can try to tell the story of the song, you can tell something independent of the song. How do you go about it?
Well, I think the tendency is very much against telling the story of the song, very much so. I mean, to the point of deliberately not. It's more of evoking a mood. It's more of creating memorable imagery. You know, one of my favorite videos of all time, and this again reconnects to what I was saying about being forced to be innovative. You know, if you take away all your tools and you take away all your resources, well, you got to be clever, because ultimately a video is about people remembering what they see. You know, this is why you guys send YouTube links to your friends, because it's like, that's really cool, you know? And it could be that somebody just does something just so darn unbelievably goofy that you just got to tell everybody, but you want to create a wildfire, you know? So it's all about the personality of the artists. You're going to do something different for Christina Aguilera than you're going to do for, you know, a band that's got a quirkier personality. And you just have to find what that band, you know, Eminem, we don't do glamour videos for Eminem, you know, but we sure don't do goofy videos for Mariah Carey. And that comes, you know, from them and their management and how they want to be perceived. Sometimes an artist wants an image change, and you're responsible for it. But that's something you become really aware of, whether you're shooting a commercial with a product, or you're shooting a music video, or even a feature, you know, and you're working with a name actor. You hold in your hands their reputation. Commercials just across the board pay best by virtue of the fact that they are commercial. You know, music videos used to pay as well or better than commercials. Music videos have gone through a transition in the past 3-4 years. The advent of downloading music, the advent of peer-to-peer exchange of music, the loss of income off of that music, which, you know, is I'm sure is a topic that you folks talk about all the time, and I'm sure it's a real dichotomy, because you've got young people here who, you know, can't afford to go out and buy all the CDs, and at the same time you're in the business that if you're downloading free music, you're stealing from the hand that's going to feed you. So all those things really came to the forefront. And when it first exploded and the revenues first started dropping, a lot of the record companies began to slash their music video budgets. They slashed the numbers of music videos they shot. There was a time when a music video director's fee, the director's fee alone, is more than most music video budgets now. And I really can't afford to work on music videos anymore. If I work on one, it's because it's there's a reason. There's a reason other than money. And oftentimes it's frustrating, because even if I say, you know, I don't care about the money, I'll work for free, you have to realize that budget's not just about remuneration. Budget is also about resources. It's about time. It's about who can you hire. It's about what locations can you afford. And I had an experience once where we were shooting in a hangar, an abandoned airport hangar down near Santa Monica called Barker Hangar. And I was working with a producing and directing team that typically worked with folks who had less experience and maybe less name cachet than I have. But they looked at my work and they said, we'd like to bring this fellow and his aesthetic intuition to our project. So we went and we scouted it, and I placed a lighting order. Now this place is huge, it's enormous. And we put the band at the center of it. I put a big soft, what they call a soft box, a big soft light over them. And then I put these lights, these things they call cyc lights, which are strips of lights at intervals around the edge to light up the perimeter so that you saw the scope of this tremendous location that they'd paid an arm and a leg for. And when that quote came back for that equipment, I literally seriously had a producer say to me, can't you just light them with a couple of 2Ks, which are relatively small lights? I said, sure. I said, I can do that. You're not going to pay this location, you're not going to see this location you've paid for. and you're not going to get the aesthetic that you've paid for in me and my crew. You know? And it's that sort of a thing where, you know, people can look at my reel and they can look at my work, but just having me physically present doesn't bring about, you know, the world. You know, you have to have the resources.